Hi there. In these days of frequent video communication, we need to be confident in front of the camera. Camera confidence is essential if we are to be seen as we naturally are, and preferably at our best. Now, if you're a speaker, for example, and you are coming before an audience for the first time and they know nothing about you, there's been no reputation passed on to the audience, they know nothing about you whatsoever, or whether you're seeing a person or meeting a person for the first time, there are only 5 ways which we make a quick evaluation of that person. And the fact is, we do prejudge. And how is it done? First of all, by how they look. Then what they do. Then what they say. And how they say it. And the 5th one is the sound of their voice. How many times have you been disappointed, for example, when you've seen someone come up to a lectern, perhaps, and they look the part, dressed in the business suit, looking very professional, and then they speak. And the sound of their voice, oh God, what a voice, completely destroys them unless they're very good at what they do. The trouble is, we are cruel that way. We do prejudge people by all of those things, what they do, what they look like, what they do, how they say things, and of course the sound of their voice. Now, we're born with and develop over our lifetimes, not so much develop, but evolve a adult sounding voice. And it might be good, it might be very good, and it might be very average, and it might be terrible, inarticulate, mumbling. A lot of people never pay any attention in their whole lifetime to how they sound to other people. But if you're going to make videos, particularly if you want to make business videos, you want to impress people, you have to have a certain amount of good articulation, modulation, voice variation, and a naturally sounding, reasonably pleasant voice. And you might think, well, how do I get that? Well, there are ways to do it. You can develop your voice by various techniques. For example, one of the ways to do it is to do what I'm doing now, practicing in front of a video and being careful of the speed at which you say things. So many people speak so very fast that you don't even know what they're saying. I mean, they talk, particularly on the radio. Announcers, as though they have to hurry through things at 300 words a minute. You don't have to do that. When you're speaking to people in a video or even in a live conference before a crowd of people, you need to give them time to absorb what you've said. That's why it's essential every now and again to pause so that the people listening can actually think about and evaluate what you've said, put it into their own mind, so to speak. If you don't give them that time, if you hurry through everything and you're in a monotone, you might as well forget it, because you won't make connection. Connection's a two-way thing. You speak to them, they listen to you, and in their own mind, they respond. They accept what you've said or they disregard what you've said. But at least they have the option. If you hurry through it, they don't. So speed is important. Other ways is to practice. One of the best ways to practice, and unobtrusive ways to practice really, is doing this. Simply humming. And humming in a certain way so that your lips sort of vibrate. And this gives you resonance. It develops a resonance which would not normally be there unless you do this. If you do this a fair bit, it will give your voice more resonance, make it sound better. But there are other ways too. On this piece of paper, you might be able to get a still shot of that, but let me explain what's on there. There's some exercises, and the exercises are to give you voice variation, articulation, resonance, and of course ability to project your voice. For example, on this thing here, if you want to change your voice for the better, and you can do it fairly quickly, just a few weeks will make all the difference. If you practice for maybe 10-15 minutes every day for a few weeks, it will make your voice much better. For example, you can go pa, pa, ta, ka, ma, pa, ta, ka, ma, in a very soft voice. These particular things like pa, 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 cha, 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 ka, ka, ka. I can see you laughing at this and saying, not for me. Why not? If you're serious, if you want to make a big impression, you want to be your very best, you want to keep continuing to grow, then of course, and you want to be confident in front of that camera confidence, and you want to come across at your very best, work on it. Work on it. Watch these videos, for example, as we give you the tips on how to become better. Look at some of the best speakers on YouTube, for example. You can understand what they say. They have pleasant voices, they have vocal variety, they can project, they can lower their voice, they can pause. All of these things come natural to them. Do they really come natural to them? Or have they been practicing for years? The best speakers are the ones who have evolved and grown into it by dint of hard application. When you get up to do these videos, camera confidence, you won't have the confidence at first, but it will grow. But confidence is only one part of it. Competence is the next part. And competence means that you have to be able to do it well. Not just be confident, but competent. And by practicing things like that, perhaps getting a book and reading about it, how to develop your voice better, then you will become better. Get serious about it. If you're going to make a living, for example, if you expect to make a living out of being able to do videos so that people will listen and go the distance and actually learn things, do not neglect developing your voice to the best it can be. it really will stand you in good stead.